Hello, how is everyone doing today? My name is Erin. I'm 33 years old and I've lost 78 pounds over the last year and a half to 2 years. And today I'm gonna do all my favorite Weight Watchers foods. I've lost or at least some of my favorite Weight Watchers foods. It's hard to do all of them because there are just so many, but I'm gonna do quite a few of them today. At least what I think are staples. Like I always have these things in my house all of the time. I've lost the majority of my weight on Weight Watchers. I've also lost some of it eating in a calorie deficit. I like both. I tend to switch it up a lot because I get bored, and instead of just losing momentum, I'd rather change things up so I'm not bored. And that really seems to be working for me. So currently I'm eating on Weight Watchers again. I do a lot of what I eat in a days and vlog style videos surrounding my weight loss journey and just moving myself out of early motherhood into who I want to be as an adult, as a 33-year-old woman. So if any of that interests you, you can hit the subscribe button. And if you like this type of video, this video specifically, you can like the button down below as well. I'm sorry, I'm so awkward with this. Like, I'm just not used to asking people to do this kind of thing. So I'm gonna try not to be awkward. I'm not gonna list these in any particular order because I've got all the cold stuff out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all of the cold stuff so I could put it all back away. Because like I said, these are all things that I have in my house all of the time. There are a couple things I don't have, in which case I'll pop like a picture up on the screen, but there's just a couple. So let's jump right into it. First, I'm sure you've seen this in tons of other videos. This is the fat-free cheddar cheese. It is a staple in most Weight Watcher going people's lives. I have to have it. I use it for pizza. I use it for tacos. I put it in 2-ingredient dough biscuits. I have to have this in the house all of the time. The best way to eat it or to utilize it in recipes is to rinse it because it tends to be kind of harder than regular cheese. It doesn't melt as easy, but I find that if you rinse it, just like pop your serving size in a strainer and rinse it really well, it melts so much better. So I do that every time. Especially like if I'm putting it on pizza, I will rinse it first. There's also a fat-free mozzarella. I just ate the last of mine. Both of these are 1.4 cup, the cheddar and the fat-free mozzarella. The fat-free mozzarella can be hard to find, but if you do get your hands on it, it's great. I suggest doing the same thing, rinsing it before putting it on anything. For melting, it's good in a salad, just like this though. Next, which was really important to me because I love ketchup, I had to have the 50% less sodium and sugar ketchup. This one is the Walmart brand. There is a more expensive brand. I tend to just go with the cheaper option. I don't really taste the difference. I liked this a lot when I was eating in a calorie deficit because it's only 15 calories. On Weight Watchers, it's 1 point for 1 tablespoon. I use ketchup all the time. I use it on my turkey burgers, on potatoes, on my eggs. Need to have ketchup. So that is a really good alternative. The same goes for light mayo. 1 point for 1 tablespoon. It is 35 calories if you're eating a calorie deficit. I can't taste the difference. I know some people can. I really can't. I never can with almost any of these things except for when you get into like syrups. My husband and my son have switched over to light mayo. Like it's just, I don't even buy the regular stuff anymore. Really important for me to have is a salad dressing. I eat a lot of salad. I tend to have it on the side because salad is good for filler. When you're really, really hungry and you don't have the points or you don't have the calories, salad is a really great way to get a lot of volume. And I have 2 of my favorite salad dressings with me. This is the fat-free Thousand Island. It is harder to find. I'm always hunting this down. This is 2 points for 2 tablespoons. If you like Thousand Island, the regular, I believe, is 5 points for 2 tablespoons. So you're cutting quite a chunk off of points when you're using the fat-free version. I love it. I think it tastes just as good. The color is a little bit darker, but other than that, I mean, the consistency is almost the same. The taste is there. I love it. My other favorite salad dressing on the planet is the Green Goddess dressing from Trader Joe's. This stuff it tastes good. It smells good. It's creamy. It's yummy. I have to have it. And it's 1 point for 1 tablespoon. But if you go in the app and you scroll up, you can have up to 4 tablespoons of this for 1 point. Once you hit the 5 tablespoons, it'll jump up to 2 points. So I really like this because a lot goes a long way and you can have quite a bit of it. This is good on veggies, it's good on salads, it's good on chicken, it's good on fish. Like I use this for everything. Another thing you've probably seen a ton of is the Laughing Cow wedges. This is the Creamy Light. They are 1 point for 1 wedge. These are good on crackers, they're good on sandwiches. I like to put them on grilled cheeses. I really like to eat it with chicken. I like to put it over top of my chicken breast and like brown it in the oven. It's really, really good that way. I have a really big container because I have to have these in the house all the time. The other thing I always have to have in the house all of the time are the Light and Fit yogurts. I have multiple flavors. These are just 2 of my favorites. This one is the Greek caramel apple pie, and this one is the creme brulee. This one is limited edition. I just recently found it and it is my new favorite. It is so good. All of these, I think pretty much all of the flavors, if not all of them, are 2 points. I like to have mine with a Fiber One bar to make it like a 4-point snack. Fiber One bars are also 2 points. I have a bunch of boxes I'll be sharing with you guys, but protein is so important and this is a really good way to get quite a big chunk of protein. It's 12 grams in this cup. I always have yogurt in the house. Always. I have to have it. While we're talking about yogurt, I also have to have the Greek plain yogurt. Faje is the one you probably see a lot of. That one's just a little more expensive than this one for me, and I honestly like this one better. I feel like Faje is very, very thick, and so I only use it for one thing, whereas Chobani I feel like is more versatile. I use it for sauces, pastas, and 2-ingredient dough. And then when I kind of go like to Market Basket or Walmart or like a regular grocery store, the yogurt tends to be thinner, which are all good. They're all good depending on what you need it for, but I need this one. This one is my favorite one. I use it for everything and I feel like I don't need several different yogurts. And of course that is 0 points. Greek plain yogurt is 0 points on Weight Watchers. Also for 0 points is cottage cheese. I'm not as picky with my cottage cheese. As long as it's fat-free, I'm happy. I will get whatever brand I can find that's on sale or cheaper or more convenient. This is the Great Value brand. I use cottage cheese a lot. I put cottage cheese in my scrambled eggs. I have cottage cheese bowls with like pepperonis and pizza sauce and just dip it with 2-ingredient dough. I use it to make spaghetti sauce, like creamy spaghetti sauce, Alfredo sauce. I like to dip fruit in it. It's just, I always have cottage cheese in the house because I use it for so many different things. Also for 0 points, we have our syrups. So these are just 2 of my favorites. This is the 0 sugar Hershey syrup. This is good if you're just craving like chocolate milk or something. You want to put it in your coffee or you want to put it on your ice cream. 0 points for a serving, which is 1 tablespoon. I think you can have quite a few for 0 points. And then this is also my favorite. This one is the Skinny Salted Caramel. Caramel's harder to find. And this one's 0 calories, 0 points. I really like this for my coffee. It is a thinner consistency. I don't know if you can kind of see, it's like liquidy. So I'm on the hunt for like a thicker caramel syrup because I don't necessarily love the consistency of this one. So if anyone out there has any ideas, please let me know. And spray butter. Have to have the spray butter, 0 points. I can't believe it's not butter spray butter. I use this on my corn. I use this on my toast. I use this to make grilled cheese. I use it to spray the pan when I'm grilling apples. I use this so much. I put it on my potatoes. I spray my 2-ingredient dough bread with it, especially when I make like biscuits. This is so important. This is like I always have to have this in the house. These are really important to me because they really help curb I have a big sweet tooth and these really help curb that. These are the sugar-free Jell-O puddings. This one is chocolate vanilla swirl and this one is dulce de leche. This one is my favorite right now, but this one is like my favorite of all time. I never get bored of this one. I can kind of get bored of this one sometimes. I do really love like the caramel sauce that's on top of this. It is thicker than what I was showing you before. These are 2 points a cup. I think there is a rice pudding one, and I think that one is 3 points for a little cup, but I don't really like rice pudding, so I haven't gotten that one. But this one and this one are 2 points, and I believe the chocolate one is also 2 points per cup, 60 calories. Really like this when I was eating in a calorie deficit. One of my favorite ways to eat, particularly the swirl cups, is to get the light whipped cream. I don't have the can with me. It is 1 point for 2 tablespoons. And I like to just spray some, like put the pudding in its own, like a new bowl, and then spray the whipped cream, and then I kind of mix it up, and it makes it like this really chocolatey, fluffy dessert. It's really yummy. Turkey pepperonis. This is the Bridgeford turkey pepperonis. It is 2 points for 12 slices. What I love about these pepperonis is that they remind me of regular pepperonis. They're greasy, they're thick, they crisp really, really well. I don't like other brands of turkey pepperonis as much as I like this brand. This is my all-time favorite brand. I won't buy another brand of turkey pepperoni. I, of course, use them for pizza, but I also like to put them in my eggs sometimes, like when I'm making an omelet, and I eat them in my cottage cheese bowls. So I have to have them. They're a really great snack. I'll put them on cucumber slices with a Laughing Cow wedge, and then sometimes I'll put them on hard-boiled eggs. Love them. Queso. This is my favorite brand. I have multiple ones that I buy though, multiple different ones. This is the Monterey Jack queso from On the Border. This is just the one that I'm always gravitated towards. It's 45 calories, 2 points for 2 tablespoons. This is what I put in my tacos. This is what I put when I want cheesy eggs. I put this on chicken breast. I am like a cheese person, if you hadn't noticed. I have lots of different cheese things, but I love cheese, and that was one of the biggest issues I had, always trying to diet, always trying to lose weight. I couldn't give up the cheese. So having alternatives really, really helped me move forward and hit my goals and get where I want to go. I can't mention queso without mentioning the salsa. This is my favorite salsa of all time. This is salsa verde, mild. I'm not like a huge spicy girl, but this is what I put in my tacos. I put it on my eggs all the time. Favorite, 0 points. It is just, it's only 10 calories. It is so good. I very rarely ever pick another salsa. Couple more things, also in the cheese, in line with the cheese. This is the fat-free feta. It's 1 point for 1 ounce. I put this in salads. I put this on eggs. I put this on pizza. Love it. Have to have it all the time in the house. Also have to have egg whites. These are, of course, 0 points. When I was eating a calorie deficit, one of the big things that changed for me was how many whole eggs I would eat, because a whole egg can be 70 or more calories. So when I make my eggs now on Weight Watchers, what I tend to do is use 2 whole eggs, and then I add a little bit of egg whites to them to kind of make it, to bulk it up and make it more filler. Also bulk my eggs up with vegetables, with lots and lots of vegetables. For 1 point for 1 cup, you can have some oat milk. This is unsweetened vanilla oat milk. I like to put this in my iced coffees. I like to make chocolate milk with this. I like to have this in the house a lot. My son will even put this in his cereal. He's not really picky about milk. So it's nice to have it in the house because he will drink it. One of the last cold things I'm going to show are pickles. Okay, guys, 0 points for pickles. They make a really great snack. I go through phases. I'm not all the time 24/7 pickle eater, but I do go through phases where I want pickles, and I like that I can have them and they don't cost me any points. My husband eats pickles, so we go through pickles very quickly in this house. And I'm not picky about the brand. This is just his favorite brand of pickle because he's a pickle snob. I am not. But I do like to have pickles in the house for when I do feel like I want them. And anytime I eat tuna, I have to have pickles in it. That's going to be it for the refrigerated cold stuff. Obviously, I haven't gotten to ice cream yet. Chicken cilantro mini wontons. These you can get at Trader Joe's. They are 1 point for 4 little wontons. I'm going to open it so I can show you. They're very small. They're very, very small. So you get 4 of them for a point. And the way that I like to eat them is with the Trader Joe's riced cauliflower stir fry. This has green peas, red peppers, grilled corn, tamari, spring onions, sesame oil, and ginger. This is so good by itself. You don't have to, or in my opinion, you don't have to flavor it at all. I just pop it in a pan and fry it up. It is 1 point for a cup frozen. So love those. I don't have a lot of freezer stuff. The only other thing that I have to recommend is the Veggies Made Great Cinnamon Roll Muffins. These are 3 points for one muffin. Kind of high, in my opinion, but they are so good. If you have a sweet tooth like me, they're pretty decent sized. And if you have a sweet tooth like me, and you are wanting a piece of cake, in my opinion, these will help with that. So you can have a muffin for 3 points. And then of course we've got the ice cream. I am an ice cream girl. I always have to have ice cream. It is a ritual for me. Almost every single night I eat ice cream before I go to bed. Or at least about an hour and a half before I go to bed, so it has time to settle. I used to eat a lot of the Halo Top ice cream, the peanut butter, the caramel brownie, the candy bar was at one point my absolute favorite. They ranged between 11 and 12 points for the whole container, and I would have up to a fourth to a half of the container. So I was looking at like 4 to 6 points every night for ice cream. I did find an alternative, not in points, but in pricing. Halo Top ice cream is very, very expensive. It's almost $5 for a pint. And for how often I eat ice cream, it got to the point where I just didn't want to spend the money anymore. So I turned to Carb Smart. And honestly, I'm upset. I'm upset that I waited this long to try it. I'm not a big fan of the vanilla. I've had the Carb Smart chocolate popsicles before, and they're pretty good. But it's just something about eating ice cream with a spoon. I'm obsessed with it. So I know it sounds really strange. It is, I believe, 5 points for a serving of this particular flavor, which is the mint fudge cookie, which is 2/3 cup. It is so good. I cannot even tell you. This hits the spot every single time. It's really hard to get my hands on, so I have to go to like a Walmart that's like pretty far away. And I bought 3 cartons of it the other day when I went because I was out. And it is a fraction of the price for one Halo Top pint. And this will last me a whole week, if not longer. So love it. Highly, highly, highly recommend Carb Smart ice cream if you are an ice cream person like I am. Like I said, this is why I like the Hershey's sugar-free syrups, because I like to top it sometimes. This is great on its own. 90% of the time I'm eating this by itself. But it is sometimes fun to make like little sundaes with like a banana and like sugar-free syrup. So huge ice cream person. Gonna get these put away as well and then jump into the second portion of the video.